see a lot of different things here at Blackbeard to make it such an amazing ranch.
We're really proud of her, of having our wildlife. I came through this morning and I saw deer and baby deer. I saw wild hogs and saw one turkey. Sometimes you'll see 50 turkey and 50, 75 deer when you come through here.
Near the headwaters of the Myakka River is Blackbeard's Ranch. This cow-calf operation is located on one of the largest undeveloped properties left in southwest Florida. Just a short drive from Sarasota, much of the ranch land looks like it did hundreds of years ago, when folklore suggests the famous pirate visited this area.
Blackbeard, whenever he came into Charlotte Harbor, he was looking for water, he was looking for timber, he was looking for food, he also was looking for a place to bury his treasure.
Jim Strickland is the managing partner of Blackbeard's Ranch. He's been a cowboy for 6 decades and comes from a family that has been ranching in Florida since the Civil War. Blackbeard's covers more than 4,500 acres and is home to a large herd of Beefmaster, Brayford, and Brangus cattle. But the cows rarely see part of this land. Nearly a third of the property is preserved in its natural state through conservation easements. Easement programs allow farmers and ranchers to keep and manage their property rather than developing it. These programs are essential to protecting the region's wildlife and water resources, as 1,000 new residents arrive in Florida daily.
Everybody needs clean water. It doesn't matter whether you're in the city, country, anywhere else. But it just doesn't automatically come out of a faucet. There are things that goes on out here on the landscape to ensure that you have clean water. My hat's off to Mr. Strickland for being a part of this, to be able to think forward and to have the love for the land that way.
The easement that we have on Blackbeard is contributing to conserving those water resources, improving water quality as we restore the wetlands on this property.
Julie Morris is the Florida manager with the National Wildlife Refuge Association and works with Jim on easements and water restoration projects. She says Deer Prairie slough and rainwater that falls on these lands in Sarasota and Manatee counties directly impact the nearby Myakka River State Park.
These cattle ranches protect our water and protect our wildlife. We have clean water in the Myakka River because ranches like this one do such a good job managing their property.
A native Floridian and expert on its flora and fauna, Julie has also identified on Blackbeard's Ranch what is believed to be the country's southernmost stand of longleaf pines. Her passion is to help ranchers protect these areas before they're gone.
People have this conception of Florida, that it's our beautiful beaches or it's Disney World. But the middle of Florida is still really wild. They rival the African savanna or rainforest, some really amazing animals.
The ranch is also home to rare birds, Florida black bear, deer, Osceola turkey, and even the Florida panther.
The potential of Florida panthers on this property is very high. With bringing in more game species due to habitat conditions, the panthers will follow those species onto the area.
The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission has produced a conservation stewardship plan for the property that helps manage habitat conditions, not just for cattle, but for the wildlife that dominates this landscape. This stewardship plan includes exotic vegetation control to help boost native plant growth, prescribed burning, and rotational grazing. The ranch also follows best management practices, such as irrigation and nutrient management. Another part of the management plan is a low stocking rate that allows for plenty of forage, including native grasses. From the time they are baby calves, the cows are handled by cowboys on horses, and the focus is on gentle, humane animal care. All of these steps are vital to the health of the cattle and the ranch's bottom line.
can't hardly go wrong with them calves right here.
And they're weighing up pretty good because their mothers, this is the first calf. The very first calves that their mothers have had. And what's our average so far? About 550 pounds for our first calf, heifer's calf. That's steers and heifers.
Ranchers are paying attention. They're on the landscape day in and day out, 24/7. They're taking care of their place, riding on it. It's a way of life, and they are taking care of it.
Jim realizes the importance of also maintaining a profitable business, so he has diversified into areas that complement the nature of the ranch. Bees are kept in several hundred beehives throughout the ranch, feeding entirely on local wildflowers. The result is Blackbeard's brand of delicious Florida honey.
That's like nectar of the gods, Jeremy.
Yes, sir.
Wild sable palms are harvested and sold, leaving 80% of the trees and thinning a canopy that increases sunlight and wildlife habitat.
Hey, guys. Hey, guys. Hey. There's some little walking pork chops.
The ranch is also breeding mangalitsa's, known to top chefs and fine restaurants as the Kobe beef of the pork world. These unique hairy pigs roam free at Blackbeard's ranch and forage to their heart's content. Heritage and rare breed chickens, such as lavender Orpingtons and blue-laced red Wyandottes, produce eggs in a loving, free-range environment.
I've always been kind of accused of being a little different and running after a shiny penny because it was really interested me. If you're going to have something, try to have some of the best.
And Jim's peers and fellow ranchers believe he is certainly one of the best examples of how agriculture, wildlife, and nature can all thrive in Florida.
He is a model as far as conservation and promoting conservation, and as far as promoting our industry and helping people understand the importance of private land management.
They're showing that you can actually run a productive cattle operation and still provide conservation. So I think at the end of the day, the ranch provides a perfect atmosphere for helping with water quality, maintaining the environment, maintaining wildlife, and overall conservation.
So, what about that treasure Blackbeard is said to have buried on this property? Well, Jim says he's found it.
Really, when you get down to it, it's not the doubloons, it's not the jewels, it's not the sapphires or the rubies. The real treasure of Blackbeard's is this land, is this ranch, and the future of Florida.